הדרוש הולס תמיד הסויה בר סיני, יש לקשרו גם כן לעניין ראש השנה. We can connect the idea of the Mamar about the pasuk, constant korbanola that was made in Har Sinai from Parshas Pinchas. We can connect it to Rosh Hashana. Ki ni Rosh Hashana Yom Shishi l'Maaseh Bereshis Yom Bro Adam Harishon, because Rosh Hashana is the 6th day of creation, the day Adam Harishon was created. Uksi vayhi erev vayhi boker Yom Hashishi, and it says, and it was the morning, evening it was the morning, the 6th day. V'amru Razal b'Shabbos perek Aleph Resh Ayin, maybe Amar Rabbi Akiva, Daf Peches Amar Aleph, Heyeseda Alamali Malamed Hisne HaKadosh Baruch Hu Maaseh Bereshis. Why is there an extra hey in Yom Hashishi? So this teaches us that the Holy One, blessed be He, made a condition with the works of creation. Va'amar Lahem im Yisrael Makablim Es HaTorah Harei Atem Miskaimim Chulu. If Yisrael receives the Torah, so you're going to be established and so forth. And if not, I'll turn the world to Torah and Vo and so forth. Pirush Rashi Yom Hashishi. So Rashi explains the sixth day, Hainu Shisha b'Sivan, that is the 6th of Sivan, Shnitna bo Torah, that the Torah was given in it, V'gambo bayom Shishi l'Maaseh Bereshis nivra Adam Harishon. So too, the 6th day of creation, Adam Harishon was created. Im kein miskayim b'Rosh Hashana beis habechinos the Bereshis. If so, on Rosh Hashana, the two concepts of Bereshis are established. That is before the righteous that are called. The beginning, Reshis Tfuaso, the first of his fruits, Shayu Kulam Klulim B'Adam Harishon, that all of them were included in Adam the first man. Kemoshekazu b'Medrash Rabba Parshas Kisisa Parsha Mem Ubishvila Torah Shnikra Reshis, and for the Torah that's called the beginning, the Hainu Hashishi. Hey Seder, that is the 6th, on the 6th day, that's the extra hey, L'Rmuz L'Shishi b'Sivan, to hint to the 6th of Sivan. So the 6th day of creation, which is Rosh Hashana, the Friday of creation, which is when man was created, also hints to the 6th of Sivan, Shebo Kiblu Yisrael es HaTorah, that on that day Israel received the Torah. And also Adam Harishon includes the tzaddikim as well. So the tzaddikim and Matan Torah and Rosh Hashanah are all together. V'zeu chibur tlas kishrin. That's the connection of the 3 knots. Hamavur b'zor chilik gimel parshas achrei daf ayin gimel amud aleph. Yisrael, which are the tzaddikim. Oraisa, which is the 6th of Sivan. V'kudsha brichu. Rosh Hashanah, I guess the Malchus Shemayim, Hashem being king. Ulechein nikra Rosh Hashanah ze hayom tchilas masecha. That's why Rosh Hashanah is called, this is the day of the beginning of your works, Afshu vav l'Maaseh Bereshis, even though it's the 6th of the 6th day of creation. Hu tchila mamash, it's truly the beginning. Kivin ha'olam nivra b'shvil ze hayom yom hashishi chulu kanal. Since the day was created for this purpose, the 6th day, like we said, v'hine masha kasu b'drushanal minyan shena hanimshach mebitul Torah. Now that Mamar, Olastami, it talks about someone who falls asleep from being mevatel Torah, kamokin b'Rosh Hashana yishtor mita. Canal, so too on Rosh Hashanah you have an idea of falling asleep. Sif Gimel Machmas Shesayich Ledin HaOlam K'dei Lahamshich Ohr Hatorah Devarim, in order, because you have to judge the world in order to bring down a new light. Kamo Olas Tamid L'Reach Nechoach, and like the Korban Tamid that goes up to be a pleasing smell, that Hareach me'ora me'ashena, and the smell awakens from the sleeping. Keinu inyan tkiyas shofar, so too you have the concept of sleeping on Rosh Hashanah, either the Dormita Dezah or the concept of the Nasira and the Histalkus of the Chayos of the Olamos. And here it implies that it also comes from the lack of Torah. So too in Rosh Hashanah you have the Tchiyas Shofar to awaken Bibichinas Min Hamet Tzar Karasi, I called from the tight place, the difficult place, Me'or Mashena. This awakens from the sleeping, V'nimshach Gili Oin Sof Bechachma, and draws down the revelation of the infinite light into Chachma. And the concept of Israel is ahead for me. Rosh Hashana, and the concept of the head of the year. So it's drawing into the head, into the Rosh, into Chachma, into the Rosh Hashana. So that's like the Reach of the Olas Tamid. And we can say also, concerning the idea of how the Olas Tamid was made on Har Sinai, Hayagam, they call a shofar, that by the giving of the Torah you also had, similarly, the voice of the shofar. Ayin b'Torah or Parshas Yisro b'dibur hamaskil v'chol ha'amroim esakolos v'selapidim esakola hashofar. Look in Torah or about in the Mamar how all the nations saw the voices and the torches and the voice of the shofar. Shkol hashofar mechaber b'chinas ratzav v'shov chuluayin sham. That the concept of the voice of the shofar connects the concept of going up and coming back. Look over there. So the concept of the going up constantly of the Korban Tamid is also an idea of going back and going forth and coming back. That the smell is going upwards, like running upwards. Nichoach, and Nichoach is the concept of going downwards. Hamshach v'shov. Again, but Rosh Hashanah is called Lashon Tamid. Also in Rosh Hashanah you have this same Lashon of constantly. I know because of Eretz Asher Chulu Tamidei Hashem Elokecha Ba B'Neshis Hashana Chulu, that it says that the land of Israel is a land that the eyes of Hashem are tamid upon it, are always upon it from the beginning of the year. So you have a constancy by Rosh Hashanah as well. And we can say it's possible that this is also corresponds with this idea of the constant renewal of creation every day in His goodness, of the works of creation. Now you have a Mamar about how you should teach it to your children, that we've explained in Kitzur before. You can also connect to Rosh Hashanah. That's brought in Zohar concerning the idea of the one who shepherds amongst the flowers, the Osam Shoshonim b'Torah, and those that are learning Torah. Now the roses are the 13 attributes of mercy. And there's also 5 strong leaves that surround the rose, and that's a testimony to the works of creation. On the verse from Tehillim, so the concept of Shushan Edus is a concept of the testimony that the roses represent in their being Yud Gimel Midas Rachmim. And look in the Mikdash Melech in Zohar Pinchas Daf Reish Lamed Gimel Sheish Gimel Bechinos B'Shoshana, that there's 3 concepts in the rose Yud Gimel Midas Rachamim, that you have the 13 attributes of mercy, Vehei Gvuros Vehei Chasadim, and 5 strictnesses and 5 kindnesses. Hainu Vayomer Elokim Hi Ohr Chulu, and that is what it says. And Elokim says, "Let there be light." So the Elokim is the Gvura, and when it says, "Let there be light," that refers to the kindness. Resh Parshas Breish is Perush Gamkin Mebe Zivugin. In the beginning of Parshas Breish, it also talks about the 2 unities, supernal unities. That is to say, the unity of the 7 midos of Zeranpin, Haklolim Mevav Shem Membez, that are included with each one has 6 in it, and that's comes to 42. Mab Bezayin Midos, the Malchus Haklolim Mevav, and that they unite with the 7 midos of Malchus. So the 7 midos of Malchus also include 6 midos. And these 2 ideas so that's each one is that's 12 together, 6 and 6, and then there must be 1 concept on top of them, which makes it 13. So 6 of Zah and 6 of Nukva. And all of these ideas are connected to Rosh Hashanah, Shiur Yom Vav L'Maaseh Bereishis, which is the 6th day of the works of creation. It calls and all this is drawn through a study of halachos. Ishlomar kini b'medrash Rabbah reish siman samach tes lam natzeach al shoshanim leDavid, because it's brought in Medrash Rabbah on Shoshanim leDavid, those that study to David. Or the flowers that go to David, the roses to David. Save me, Elokim, because the waters have come up to my soul. That on the sea, Yisrael saw the Holy One, blessed be He, and they became flowers. They became roses. And that's what it means, that the waters came to my soul. We can explain this in 2 ways. That roses are soft. So to Israel, that their hearts should be soft. That's through the waters coming up to their soul. Look what's brought in Medrash Rabbah on the verse. My dear one, in the cleft of the rock, Hashmini Iskolech, let me hear your voice. Sheperu Shogam Kinalin Yisrael Bayam, that also refers to this idea of Yisrael by the sea. Ain Sham Gabi Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah ben Elazar Chulu. Look what's brought over there about what Yirmiyah, the son of Elazar, says. Kiv and she Yisrael. Kivin Shiro Yisrael Shayum Kafim Mishlosh Ruchos Hayam Yam Soger. Look, this when Yisrael saw that they were surrounded by 3 sides, and the sea was surrounding them, Soner Rodif, and the enemies were running after them, Chayos Mina Midbar, and the wild animals from the desert, Taloinim Lavim Shabashamayim. So they turned their eyes towards their Father in heaven, when they cried out to the Holy One, blessed be He. And that's the idea, that they turned into roses. They turn them into a positive thing. So you can say this idea on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Hadin, the day of judgment, Shish Mekatragim, that there's accusers, Kamoshikasu Bemedrash Rabba Pasha Sachre, Pasha Kafalafal, Pasha Bekarovei Mireim Lechol Chulul, on the like it's brought in Medrash on the verse when those those who want to do to harm me come close to eat and so forth. So that's that we became soft in our and turned towards Hashem in our prayers through the difficulties. So that's the first perush in that we turned into roses. Perush Hasheni shenasu shoshanim alayam mipnei shirau es hakadosh baruch hu. And the second explanation that we became roses on the sea is because we saw the Holy One, blessed be He, Shlomar. We can say ki yedu ashish Shiyam hu alma diskasya, that the sea is the hidden world. Ashasham gilo yelukus yosum be'alma diskalya, that there you have a revelation of the divine more than in the revealed world. Kamoshikasu b'Torah or Pasha b'Shalach b'Kama Drushim, like it's brought in Torah or u'b'kriyas yam suf shnei fachayam leyabasha, and in the splitting of the sea, that the sea was changed to dry land, alma diskasya hi'ir al derech alma diskalya, that the hidden land was shined like the revealed land, the hidden world shined like the revealed world did, that the sea split. Lechin amru ze keli chulu, therefore we said this is our kel. Al derech ze nemar lasilavo lo yareu v'lo yashchizu chulu, so too in the time to come it says, they will not harm and they will not damage on all my holy mountain. That the earth will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem, like the sea covers the water covers the sea. Therefore, because of this, we became into roses, that their heart is soft. Meaning to say that the reason we became soft is not because of the difficulties around us, but rather because of the knowledge of Hashem that surrounded us. It's not because we cried out to Hashem in our difficulties, but because of the divine revelation itself that softened us. And you can say that also through study of halachos, the paths of the world to Him, is also the idea of drawing down knowledge of the divine, to have the world full of knowledge of Hashem. And through this they became like roses. And this is the idea of that you should teach it to your children, the concept of the Shoshonim halachos, the idea of these flowers, of teaching halachos. And through this, through the knowledge of Hashem, we will become like flowers. Our hearts will become soft and open to Hashem.